Hey guys, Tracy Martin with Straight Consulting. In just 6 months, my team and I can scale your practice. Whether you're an ortho practice, a pedo practice, startup, established, or DSO or OSO, we've got you. I firmly believe in the power of one, what one extra start per day can do for practice in any of those shapes and sizes. I can tell you if you're an ortho practice and you're on average open 14 clinical days per month and your average case fee is $5,600, let's say. Well, one extra start, just one extra start per day would be an additional $78,400 per month, which then equals an additional 940,800. Yes, just 60K shy of $1 million per year. What would an extra $1 million per year do for your practice? I can think of a lot of things, actually. You might be thinking, okay, well, what's the likelihood that my practice is actually going to achieve those kinds of results? Or like, what kind of effort and sacrifice would my team and I have to put in order for something like that to happen? Well, to your first question, I can tell you that I can guarantee these results for you. I can guarantee them. But then going into those other questions, honestly, I can guarantee them if I have a fully committed doctor and team. If I've got a yes practice with a yes attitude and they are following the workflows that my team and I custom designed for your practice, and we show you how to do them, we come to the practice, we show you how to do it, then I can guarantee you these kinds of results as long as I have a team that is fully participating in their own rescue here and essentially a perfectly compliant patient, if you will. We have scaled ortho and pedo practices across the United States, Canada, the UK, and Australia. I've been doing this for 10 years now. I know what we're doing, and I know that it works. I can give you a couple of examples, actually, that pop right to mind. I've got a startup in Houston, Texas. Last year, they had originally signed up with a different consulting team who had recommended that for their first year, they go ahead and make an ortho start goal of 5 starts per month. At the last second, for whatever reason, they switched consulting teams and they then came on to Straight Consulting, where I gave them a start goal of 8 starts per month in their first year. Now, that might be a little bit more aggressive. And if you can't tell, I'm kind of a bit of a Jillian Michaels type of coach. But I knew they could do it. I knew they could do it. And I knew that as long as we designed the right systems for them, if the right marketing, the right new patient process, the right relationships with the referring dentists in the area, I knew we could do it. So sure enough, we opened the doors in March. And by their 5th month, rather than hitting their start goal of 8 starts per month, they were closing 20 starts their 5th month of being open. Incredible. I mean, and they're an incredible team. They deserve that. They put the work in and they deserve those kinds of results. I've got an established practice in the Northeast that we just finished their 6 months with because we contract for 6 months at a time. So this established practice had also worked with other consulting teams, and they had a lot of great systems in play that they had been using for years and had worked well for them. But at some point, they plateaued, and what had been working wasn't working anymore. There was no more growth happening in this practice. So we contracted, and by the end of our 6 months with them, their closure rate had increased by 36%. Their conversion rate had increased by 20%. And their TC's closing as of right now, today, I just looked at her stats. She's closing at 96.3%. Yes, these kinds of results are absolutely doable. I'll give you one more example. I've got a doctor out in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Amazing, wonderful practice. They are established, so the community knows about them. Marketing is not an issue, but they have a new TC in her position now, and we are in our 2nd month with them. So last month, when we first started, she was converting at 40.4%. Here we are in our 2nd month with them, and she's now converting at 81%. These results are completely doable. I just need a willing participant here. So let me tell you about what we need from you. So at Straight Consulting, we are working with clients that have plateaued and need a B12 shot to boost them into the next level of their growth. Or they're a startup practice that is starving for money now to start paying back those loans. Or maybe they're an established practice, a very established practice that needs to get their practice attractive for a buyer. We can help you there. Okay. The other thing I have to have is 6 months. I have to have a commitment of 6 months. So we need clients that are ready to do that. And lastly, we need clients that need to produce at least 500,000 more per year than they currently are. So if that sounds like you and you're interested in hearing more about this or talking this further with me, then I'd invite you to go ahead and book a 30-minute consult on my calendar or any of the consultants on my team. And let us sit down and learn more about how you're currently performing, how your practice is made up, and where you want to go. And then let's map it out and go. I look forward to working with you, and I can't wait to talk soon.